in your WAEC you have two sections. That's section A and section B. Section A always deal with calculation aspect of it. 2 questions most of the time. And you will be asked to pick just one question out of the 2. And it's very, very compulsory. That means you can't do without it. You must pick one. Then section B, you have other theories. That one does not involve calculation. So you can pick maybe 4 out of it, making 5, have you? Questions. But what students don't understand is that, what do you call it? Question 1, section A, has more mark than other questions in section B, because that will involve calculation. You understand? Okay. Like I said earlier, it involves calculation aspects. And these are very, very important. We need to know most of the calculation. And what do? We call it calculation in economics always known as a basic tools. They are tools that we use in economics. And what are those tools? We use it to explain the economics theory aspect of it. So most of this theory that we explain in economics, we also use calculation to explain them. And that is why they are very, very important. If you remember, in SS1, they started with what do you call it, table, frequency, what do you call it, data, charts, then measures of central tendency, measures of dispersion, and so on and so forth, before we get to demand, supply, and others. So today we are going to look at one of these basic tools for economics analysis, and it's called charts. It's called what? It's called what? Charts. It's called what? Charts. Let me say this for you. So it's called charts. And what is said by charts? Charts are only used to interpret data. You know, data are basic or raw facts that come in form of letters and figures. And as an economist or statistician, you must know how to use data, the tools, especially charts, to interpret data or information given to you. So what is done by chart? Let us understand that chart can be defined as an interpretation or representation of data. Can be defined as an interpretation or representation of data in form of what? Diagram or pictures. Form of diagrams or pictures. So the information given to you called data, you are going to present that information as an economist or economics student or statistician in form of diagrams or pictures, so that ordinary person can understand what you mean. Even if they don't understand your data, they can easily understand your interpretation of that data in form of charts. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
There are 3 major types of charts. Like I said earlier, chart can be defined as an interpretation or representation of data in form of diagram or pictures. And there are 3 major types of charts. The first one is called the pictogram or pictograph. This kind of chart is the simplest among them. And this kind of chart, this is where you use diagram or picture to represent your what? Information. Do you understand? Yes. For example, because that's not where I'm going, but let me just quickly explain this. For example, you can say one ball, this is ball now. One ball represents 10 balls. So whenever you see one ball, it means 10. So they can give maybe like Chelsea, maybe like Barca. Are you getting it? Let's just stop there. Or they say they can draw maybe like 2 for this one, maybe this one 5. So when you say 2 for this one, that does not mean it's only 2 balls that we have here. What they are trying to explain that since you understand that one ball represents 10 balls, So how many balls? They want to know the total balls. This one belongs to this. That's what's called interpretation. So in a normal thing, it's a very simple interpretation. So this represents what 2 times every one ball, which is 10. Abi, which is 10 balls. So what is the total? That is 20 balls we have here. So who can tell me how many balls we have here?
100.
Who can tell me how many balls we have here? It's 50 balls. It's okay, 50 balls. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 10 balls. And so on. They can use different kind of things. They can use picture. They can use house. I get it. They can use any diagram. But one thing about it is that they will tell you that one of that diagram you're using represents also amount of diagram. So it depends. Sometimes they will give you the diagram, they will start asking you a different question. How many this thing this one have? What's the difference between them? Which one has the least? Which one has the highest? You will be able to answer the question since you understand it. And sometimes they will ask you to draw it. That one is not common. Advanced calculation, they don't always ask to draw it. They will draw it for you. They will now start asking you simple question under it. Yeah. The second one is called the pie chart. And that is what we want to treat in this thing. Pie chart. I'm coming back to that because that's what we want to do. Then the third one is called the bar chart. There's another one that looks like bar chart. We call it histogram, but it's not part of this, my explanation. So these are the 3 major types that I want to explain. The pictogram, the pie chart, and the bar chart. And what is start by bar chart? I'll come back to pie chart. Let's start by bar chart. Let us start that bar chart is a presentation whereby you use bars to represent your data. It can also be defined as a perpendicular line drawn bars. Perpendicular line that is drawn. Line drawn bars. This is what we call bar. Which represents figures or what item in your data. Which represent figures or item in your data. Do you understand? Yes. Any question on that? So in this place now, this one, if you remember, we talk about frequency. Frequency means the volumes or the amount. You understand? Something as maybe the level. So frequency is numbers of time values occurs. So if the levels of something is called frequency. On that bar, this line called y-axis, I believe everybody understand this line. Why this one called x-axis? This x-axis just represents the item names. This one will just represent the item name. Maybe like this one can be days of the week, Monday, Tuesday. Are you getting it? Wednesday and so on. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Why this represents the frequency, which is the what? What is the idea? What do you call it? The volumes of rainfall. I guess what I'm saying. Volumes of rainfall. That is the levels of rainfall in this particular week. So Monday, how many volumes? You only see it on news when they the newscaster or journalists when they are using it to interpret the rainfall when they are forecasting weather. I don't know. So they can use that. On Monday, this also amount and this thing. So this one is showing the level of that, and this one is showing the items. Do you understand? Yes. Under the bar chart, I believe you understand the explanation. Short explanation. So under the bar chart, we have 3 major. Are you getting it? We have what? The first one is called simple. This one we call it simple bar chart. The second one is called the components bar chart, and the last one is called the multiple bar chart. Now the difference between the simple and the others is that simple has 1 bar represent 1 items, but component and multiple components especially has 1 bar representing more than 1 item. So 2 items can be on it like this. We will now use sign to the. You see that it's 1 bar, but here we have what? The 2 items. Are you get what I'm saying? Let's use this example like let's say boys and girls. Are you getting my point now? So in this case now, in this particular, when you are asked to present your information in this kind of bar chart, or we give you this kind of bar chart, they will give you keys. The keys is the sign, this sign given to you that God, they will not write it out like this, but they are going to give you here or you are the one that will give them that, oh, whenever they see this sign, you represent, you represent girls.
Okay.
Why, whenever you see this one, represent what? Boys. It's as simple. So, see, person will look at the keys and use it to what called explain your chart. Do you understand? So, and don't forget this. I said this one is the level, Abi. So the person will start measuring. This is 0. I believe you know graph now. Yes. So from this place, they measure, okay, from here to here, what is the total number for boys? Then here, when the person is starting again, it will start from 0 again. So this one will be 0. Okay. Because this is another one you are mentioning. Yes. Girls. Then from here, the person will calculate here how many numbers of girls. Yes. Then add it together. So when you're solving this one here, in the table, you add their number together to know the total. It is the total you are going to use to plot the what? The bars. Do you understand? So you now cut it. Just like 20 plus 5. That was 25. Yes. Then out of this 25, you draw 25 first, Abi? Yes. Then you cut 20 out of it. You know the remaining one will be 5, Abi? Yes. That's how to solve that. Then the last but not the least is the, what do you call it? Multiple. This one also has keys like a component. But the difference between multiple and component is that multiple use 1 bar for items. Like this one use 1 bar for 2 items. But the difference is that what do you call it? The multiple also adjoined the bars. The bar are joined together. Are you getting what I'm saying? So the bar here, this is it. So the difference between this and this is that this one, both of them use key. Both of them use same sign. Like this. Are you getting what I'm saying? What do you call it? Girls, boys, right? Yes, but the difference is that this one has 1 bar for 1 item. This one has 1 bar for 2 items. Are you getting my point now? So, but you are still saying the same thing. But this, they will join them together. So when you are done with this one, another one space must be between the bars. Another one, 2. It should be 2, 2. If it is 3, 3, it should be 3, 3 like that. And that is what? Called multiple. Do you understand? Do you understand? So the one we are going to look at today, and I'm going to treat it because before the time, is the pie chart. Is the pie chart. So, cut that.